Well, hello and welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. There are many layers of meaning in my readings. The safety directions are down below. Please don't skip those. Let us pray. We dedicate ourselves and this conversation with the ancestors to generating the energy of peace, bringing clear our creative potential, and seeing behind what appears to be obstacles, things clearly as they are. We call forth accurate answers, accurate interpretations of those answers, and the wise and skillful application of the guidance we receive here today. Hey, everybody. I hope all is well. I hope that you're chilling. Let's find out what's happening in the world. Ancestors, creator, universe. We up in the space station. This is the spiritual world news. All right. If you don't know, now you know. Let's find out what's happening in the world as it is relevant to the divine plan and relevant to the children of God and our part in the divine plan. Okay. What do we see that is in need of correction? What do we see in the world that is in need of correction? We want the children of God to start working on this in their own area. What do you see that you don't like? Ancestors, creator, universe, we don't like this. Okay, things are imbalanced. All right. Okay. Things are unfair. Things are unjust. There's some sort of injustice taking place. There's some sort of injustice, and that's the general consensus across the universal, society. That, that's our major focus right now. The frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our three-dimensional and multi-dimensional layers of reality. Now, what I'm getting out of that is that we are not getting the proper respect, from the spirit world to the physical world. Like the integrity of the connection between worlds has been compromised. It's imbalanced. There's some sort of injustice, broken laws is what I get out of that. There's a lot of broken laws. We need to handle that. Let's talk more about how we're going to handle that. Okay, what energy should we bring to it? Ancestors, creator, universe. What energy should we bring to it to make correction? Bring this with you. And this is how you're helping. Right here. Duality. Okay, they did say that last week. Okay, they did say that they were separating. Okay, people are going to be under arrest. They have to go to jail. They have to go to spirit jail. That's clear. Okay, the second week. I'm just saying. All right, put it. What's going on? Put it. Ancestors. What's the overall bottom line about what's going on in the world and with the children of God? Let's read about it. The frequency of duality supports our ability to gracefully flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites. They would like to continue our discussion on that. This was in the same area. Okay, in the last spiritual world news reading. All right, so this is a thing. Overall, here's the deal, what we're looking at right now. Divine calling. Okay, right, divine calling. So we're supposed to create this. Okay, so we're help. It's like Habitat for the Humanities. You know how they give you a house, but then they make you help them build it? It's like that. It's like we're giving you a dimension, but you got to help us build it. Okay, yeah, cool. That's what I was working on all year. Fantastic. All right, so it's a thing. It's a thing. We're building a whole new world. Okay, great. Go on. Because the devil. Yeah, absolutely. Because the devil. Yeah. So I get the sensation that, it's not about changing the devil, changing the devil's behavior, or changing what the devil is, essentially. At the core, it's about containment. Delegation, separation, distillation. Okay. Bam. Death. Death card. Okay. Death of the ego as well. Okay. All right. So this is not for us. Okay. We don't wrestle with the devil. Okay. That's not our job. Okay. Our job is to, build the prison, essentially. Build the prison, or, build the new atmosphere, the new dimension. Go to that dimension, leave this motherfucker with the dimension he's in, or he's going to this new dimension. I'm not sure how the dimensions work. Suddenly, all of a sudden. Right. Right. I get the sensation that your job is to send him to this other dimension. Birth of the word daring. Daring to start new, sudden new beginning as well. All right. So let's go on. Let's go on. Because I feel that the universe is speaking. The universe is speaking through us. I get the sensation. Didn't they talk about the power of the word in the Priesthood video this week? It is November what? 12th when I'm making this? 13th. November 13th when I'm making this. It's a Monday, I think. Right? It's Monday? Okay, so anyhow, all right. So I think the Priesthood video, just in case, this gets to be in the future, distant future, when you're watching this, boom. Priesthood reading for November 11th, I think, something like that, 2023. All right, great. God is behind it all. God is behind this devil. Oh, okay. Oh, because this dimension was supposed to get built. I see. All right, I don't know the full significance of that, but clearly the devil was supposed to, kind of draw this out, like turn this like necessity is the mother of invention type of flavor, so the creator used the devil to get that necessity as the mother of invention juice popping. Right, making dreams come true. Yeah, I get the sensation that now that we're online, like a more aware of who we are and what part we play, that gives us way more power and, more of an ability to be effective. Let's go on. Okay, exactly. Get thee behind me, Satan, is what I'm getting out of here. With the power of the word and the mercy and grace of safe passage. You see what I'm saying? Okay, I get the sensation he's expelled from this dimension. The new dimension might be for him. He's expelled. Is the sensation that I'm getting? He has to leave. Yeah, the devil has to leave this dimension. Death. You see what I'm saying? He has to leave the dimension. Okay? And through the power of the word, with the universal support that we have, wham, we're commanding it to be so. And then here, bringing dreams into fruition, bringing the ethereal down to the physical, also protecting what matters most, your divine calling, your divine power, your divine authority, right? So protecting what matters most, death of the ego, that God, is in control. Let's say that. God is in control. So that's what gives you your power. That knowing, and that understanding and that kind of respect, right? Not to mention, it looks like your light that's coming from your third eye, that's coming from your divine calling. Your light is providing some sort of direction. Okay, let's go further. Okay, secrets of the deep, exactly. God is behind it all. Emotional connection to God. You see what I'm saying? You can't just talk God. You can't just talk it. You feel me? You gotta walk it. You already know. You can't just talk it, you gotta walk it. That's what I see here. with the death of the ego. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, bear with me. Because of the walk. Okay, you talking it, but because of the walk. Right? Divine calling, so that's a path. Because of the walk, your words have more power, is what I'm getting out of here. You know, like you actually could send this dude, the devil, to another dimension. That's the part that you're playing. Because remember, that was my question. What part are we playing to make correction with the injustice? Right? And then here's the devil right up on the injustice card. You know, that's the designation right now for that card. So, but God is behind it all. It was for you to become this. It was for you to get onto your divine path. It was for you to get on to the path of, you know, continuing your ancestors' work. That's what you got to protect. What matters most, the work. It's the work. It's the great work. It's the philosopher's stone. You know, it's turning lead into gold. That's what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? And so this dude wants to get in the way. You got to tell him to get out of the way. You feel me? Okay, with the death, the Baron's juice. Because now you're rolling with the Barons, it looked like here. And the Barons poke fun at the living, they say. The Barons are the equalizers, to let everybody know that nobody is above the other. Right? Death and taxes, right? So that's what the Barons do. And often they are embarrassing people, you know, but not to, you know, not to harm you or hurt you. But to laugh at the things that the living takes so seriously, and it's really not even that deep, you know. But that same juice is coming towards the devil here, you know, where he has to get a death of the ego and realize that he's not above the law. The devil is not above the law. Right. That's really important, isn't it? Yeah, that's important. Because that's exactly what he wants people to think. He wants people to think he's getting away with something. That's how he gets followers. You know? Because he's making it look like he's getting away with something. And he ain't getting away with shit. He knows he ain't getting away with shit, but they don't know he ain't getting away with shit. You see what I'm saying? So, pow. Oh, the emotional connection to the creator is what also gives you power to tell him to get thee behind me, Satan, and then he got to do it. You know, get out of my way, get to the next dimension, dude, and then he got to do it. You got to feel God. That's what I meant by not just talking it, but walking it, because that's when you're experiencing it. You're experiencing God is behind it all. You're walking the reality of God is behind it all, and you are the personification as a child of God that God is behind it all. Do you feel me? Right. So God has satellites in the population of humanity, you know, and humanity as a whole is unaware of how meticulous God has been in this forethought to, you know, make sure to give birth to all of these different aged children of God, you know, coming from all kinds of different generations and whatnot, all together here at the same time, you know, getting the benefit of all of those different angles, you know, and perspectives right there. That's making up the Barons for me right now. The children of God we're doing some sort of Barons come to life type thing. Renewed, new beginning, cyclical new beginnings, coming again and again. Okay, we are the ancestors. We've been reincarnated, look like here. We are the ancestors. And there's more ancestors who didn't incarnate that we roll with and that we rock with, look like here. We're just part of the group that decided to incarnate during this time for this purpose. You feel me? To be the priesthood of humanity. That's what we incarnated to do, look like here. Okay? And specifically to address this injustice. Okay? Because the devil, God is behind it all. The whole purpose was to set humanity on the path of divine calling. You know, we might be, the humans might shape up in the distance. Hold on. Humanity might shape up in the distance to be the priesthood of the galaxy. You know, we don't know who we will grow to be. But I know that the Creator seems to have a special purpose for humanity. And the things we're learning is going to be part of our, you know, historical function. You know, I don't know the significance of who we are and how that stacks up against other species in the universe. I have no idea what it all means, or if this is where we all go. I don't know. Okay, so but my point being, I sense that humanity has a bigger purpose. And right now we're the examples. We're the ones to come and spread the light, to perhaps recruit, but recruit from the point of view of setting an example. Because check it out, in terms of the initiation, this is an initiation card. If you can see that, sorry about that, they're well used. But the light, the fire that's in the third eye, these are practitioners, new practitioners that are being newly initiated by the high priest. And the light and the fire represents God. Right, so God is being turned on in everybody, right? That's basically what happens. All these lights is all the different practitioners that's lights have been turned on. Okay, so that's the sensation that I get. I think that's our job. Our job is to turn the lights on in humanity. And in the distant future, humanity's job may be to turn the lights on for other species, you know, for other beings or for other planets and things of that sort, you know, as we're getting more connected to the universe. But drawing it back here to current events, I'm seeing that we have to help them. We have to help redistribute who's alive and who's dead. I don't know how that works, okay? But there's some sort of redistribution. Like here, if we're saying, get thee behind me, Satan, we're changing the dynamic on the planet, right? You dig it? And so that's going to change who's entity possessed, yada, yada. You know, how much negative energy is on Earth and how much positive energy is on Earth. You know, that's going to change the whole flow of the planet. You know, what was it? The everlasting flow among all opposites. That's going to change physics, I feel. That's going to change the physics of the planet. Yeah, I think so. That's when things are going to start getting pretty supernatural looking. Like for real, in real life. You know what I'm saying? In real life. Here's the King of Pentacles. Yeah. You know, like how in the Matrix, I don't know if it was the second or the third one, but Neo was starting to be able to bring his powers into the physical world. It's like that. You know, like where he was doing all the amazing shit inside the Matrix, then eventually he was able to pull it out. Pow. Okay, that looked like us right there. All right, let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Go on. Wise judgment. I see. Yeah. So I get that someone discarded. You know, here is a rebel. You know, here is a rebel rebelling against wisdom, rebelling against justice. Balance, justice, justice. Here's the devil. There was some sort of injustice. Okay? It was around the wise, cool, calm, decision-making cat, wise judgment energy. Say somebody said, fuck it. That's what happens in this card. We throw caution to the wind. We say, screw it all. I don't even care. Somebody did that with the whole cool, calm, wise, decision-making, wise, cat energy. And the whole energy of being fair and just. So that's rebel energy. By definition right there. All right, go on. But God is behind it all, because here's the Queen of Swords. Corruption is not welcome here. You see what I'm saying? For some reason, the Creator has choreographed this. I see. This was to point out what is the law. Because here, duality with the yin and yang symbol is another symbol of balance. You feel me? You dig what I'm saying? Whereas this is one symbol, I feel that this is a 2-in-1 symbol for me with the yin and yang energy. So that speaks to the separation and the opposites. You dig it? It's something does not blend together. We can no longer coexist with these demons or these devil worshippers or these Luciferians, because the structural code is different. It goes against the universal law. Period. In the story. That's dead. That's dead. It's going to be new physics. Because remember, this was talking about the Hadron Collider last week, and we're talking about many dimensions. So I'm feeling like, and it was a scientific fact. It was a factor of the physical world. So we're still talking about that. We're still talking about the manifestation, because this is major. Because this is the big picture. You're in the space station, and this is affecting the entire world. The physics of this world that's gonna change. That's going to change. Okay? The everlasting movement among all opposites. Okay? So change is constant. Here we have cyclical change, regular basis. And then sudden change. Okay? So this is so for a long time, I get that the Creator wanted this lesson to be learned very well about justice and what is the law. Also about your power, humanity. Your power is in your connection to God. Your power is in your connection to the universal law. Your power is in your empathy, your love, your empathy, because we're all connected. And we had to face our demons, like as if humanity has to face its demons. That's what it looks like here. So that we could burst free from our limiting beliefs. This is about taking humanity to the next level of consciousness. That's what's happening. That's what it means to have this power to tell the devil, get thee behind me, Satan, or to command him to move himself to a new dimension. That's interesting, because he's not above the law. You dig what I'm saying? Let's go into death and the central axis. What about it, ancestors? Here's the deal with that. Right. That's it. Authority and confidence in life. Death of the ego. So you see the sobriety, because Obatala here, the cool, calm, wise, decision-making cat, he represents sobriety. And then I'm getting sobriety added together here with the death of the ego and the confidence and authority in life. So it's like sobriety in the sense that you are fully present, fully aware of the factors. But you are firm and present and standing in your power. But it's not a false sense of power here with the death of the ego. It's not a false sense of power. It's a very accurate and clear understanding of where your power comes from. God is behind it all. Bursting free of limiting beliefs. Going where demons and angels fear to tread. Cutting the head off of corruption. Hitting the target. Justice. Wise judgment. The devil is a threat to all of that. The devil is a threat to all of that if you don't understand your power. You feel me? If you don't know how to do this 1-2 move here, this 2-step, this death of the ego, stand in your power business right here. Okay, that's the only thing that could compromise you, is you losing awareness of that. Okay, let's go on. Right. So this is giving me insight into, because the devil looks scary, right? And I get also that the devil is compelling, right? Best is best, am I right? The devil is compelling, convincing, for a time at least, What I'm getting is the ancestors, the creator, and the universe letting the children of God understand that your power is absolute. There's no way that it can falter. There's no way. So long as you understand who you are and where your power comes from. They also seem to want you to know a little bit about how it works. Because using birth of the word, daring, going where demons and angels fear to tread, cutting the head off of corruption. This is badassery that I'm describing here, and they want you to feel confident and authoritative in your badassery regarding the devil and regarding the injustice. Do you feel me? You are the one that the devil has to worry about. You don't have to worry about the devil so long as you remain sober in your understanding of who you are and where your power comes from. Faithful. Confidence and authority in life here with the Queen of Pentacles. Confidence and authority in the environment. Faithful and devoted. Protecting what matters most. You see what I'm saying? That's how you protect what matters most, the faith. That's where the confidence comes from. God is behind it all. Period. Clear perception. Cutting the head off of corruption. Nothing else is true. God is behind it all. There is no alternative reality available. Nowhere in the universe, in the multiverse, on no dimension does this change. That is the bullseye every fucking time. Every fucking time. Okay, so as long as this is tight right here, God is behind it all, cutting the head off of corruption, clear perception with the sobriety. Clear perception, hit your target. Justice, strength, surrendering to the superior power of the spirit, going where demons and angels fear to tread. Secrets of the deep. When you're dealing with the devil, when you're dealing with a devil, hello? Right. You're rolling with the spirits. That's why you can go where these demons and angels fear to tread and effectively remove the head off of corruption. Expertly, with your confidence and authority in life. Okay, making it clear and reestablishing the law in this universe and making it clear to all devils everywhere that they are not above the law. Okay, that is what I feel like is happening there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, try not to get too defensive when you're dealing with the devil, is the sensation, because that's when you lose your memory temporarily, because the devil is very distracting, again compelling, again convincing for a time. And I get the sensation that you must remain on the throne, standing in your power, understanding that you roll with the dead. You don't have anything to fear or be concerned about regarding the spirit world. Okay, so I get the sensation that the spirit world is about to come alive in the physical world, in ways that are unfamiliar and unusual to humanity. They did say they was going to turn it up a couple of readings ago. So they're telling you, don't get upset when the devil tries to test you. Okay, God is behind it all, right? It's to get us, to make the necessary moves on the path, get us to, it's like a shepherding, like the Creator is shepherding us. We are the sheep, and she's shepherding us to build this. This devil will help give rise to the blueprint, essentially, of this new dimension. You feel me? So we mustn't get upset, is the sensation that I'm getting. We have to control that energy. You will have to... This is a big one for me. If you're anything like me, this is big. Especially when spirits are in spirit form. And they want to act up, act rude, or act disrespectful, or act out of pocket in some sort of way. That is a good way to piss me off. After I, bounce back from the shock of having some shit move that's not supposed to be moving or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or seeing some shit, whatever. After I bounce back, then I'm mad. Now I'm mad now. Okay? Abso-fucking-lutely. How dare you? Number one. Okay? Abso-fucking... Did you get permission from God to be in my presence? Number two. Okay, so I can relate to that. Okay? So I don't know if anybody's like me like that. Like, you get mad, people fucking with you. This includes spirits, obviously, because, we can have entities embodied or disembodied. We can have entity attachments that we're dealing with in other people, where the entity is aware of you, you're aware of it, but you can't directly address it because it's in a human, and you're going to just be seen as insane. And the entity knows that. And that's why it's fucking with you. The way that it can be fucking with you, you know what I'm saying? In a particular instance. So I feel like we're getting a briefing of sorts, about what we can expect during this turn-up season. This is the turn-up crew, the barons, okay? But everybody's about to turn up. The devil about to turn up too. Look like here. Yeah, absolutely. Devil about to turn up, so we gonna have to turn up. Because punks jump up to get beat down around up in this motherfucking universe, okay? With the children of God walking around. Hello? With this full thought. Right. Okay, cool. So that's going to include people who have entity attachments. So try not to, go to knocking people upside the head as your first go-to idea. Okay? Because, death of the ego. Then I see the war energy here. Then we have authority and confidence in life. Okay, so I'm gonna recommend an alternative to war based on what I'm seeing here. Death of the ego, y'all. Because I'm getting a do you know who I am, kind of energy, and that's easy to get into that point of view when the devil crops up telling you some foul shit about God, saying some foul shit about your spirituality, or it's riding in somebody, and they're trying to steal from you, take from you, attack you, lie against you, the shit can get you mad, and then you want to come for these motherfuckers' neck. So they said death of the ego. Now remember to surrender to the superior, power of the spirit. You have to remember your methodology, your method, the rules of engagement. Okay, because you're not dealing with a body, you're dealing with an entity. So you have to be disciplined okay, with the sobriety and the clarity of perception, the death of the ego. Being on the throne, faithful and devoted, having control of your fiery, passionate emotions, protecting what matters most. Look at all this. Look at all this. Finding an alternative to war, because you are going to want to bring it. Look like here. You are going to have all the fire and the motive and the motivation to bring the party to this fool, the devil. They say don't do that. Okay? Say don't do that. Don't get caught up in the devil's tricks. Okay? Stay sober. Stay sober and stay, doing your duties. Stay in your place. Stay on your post. Do not deviate from your function here in the Creator's military, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, do your duty. You're the engineer guy. Like, don't be over in, artillery or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, be on your post. That is the best shit you could do for everyone. Look like here. So knowing your post, critical. All right. But at the very least, know yourself to be a child of God and know yourself to be part of the priesthood of humanity. All right. Fantastic. Yeah. Get creative, they said. You got to get creative about how you use and apply your power. Okay? Because it's going to be like a knee-jerk kind of response, because we're used to the 5 sense reality, I get the sensation. We're used to interpreting things like that, or at least understanding that that's what most of the world understands. So we don't really try to, talk over their head when we're dealing with them, because we already know they're not going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm getting the sensation of you have to do your practice, because that's another thing she's doing in this card, Madame La Lune. She's doing her thing. She's doing her magic on the surface of the river. And she's having a little ritual time too here, quietly in the little oasis. Okay, so that you have to remember to do your magic. Remember to do your protective work. Remember to call the ancestors to walk with you everywhere. Remember to send them ahead to where you're going so that they can arrange the situation, float through the wall, move the paperwork around, talk to whoever they need to talk to, and by the time you arrive, shit can be in order, boom, so we can flow with the everlasting movement among all opposites, because we got to live up in this world. We got to get things done in this world while the devil's loose trying to attack us. We're trying to build the new dimension. It's a lot going on. Okay, it's a lot going on. It's the Ancestor Conference. We're changing. The physical law of physics is changing. We're correcting injustices that have been taking place over lifetimes. I mean, a lot of important things are going to happen. And people, as they catching more and more of a load of the children of God, because we're going to be turned up considerably. We're going to be moving around and changing the balance of the frequency on the planet. We're going to start to become visible because we're doing that. Because the evildoers and the devil people who are into that are going to start feeling the shifts. And they're going to know they're not making those shifts. So what's going on? And they're going to start looking around for where's the problem coming from. They're going to start picking up on us. You dig what I'm saying? They're going to start picking up on us. So then they're going to start to want to, fuck around with us. Do some injustices. Or deter us from, doing our magic. Or, doing our practice. Or talking to the dead. Or trying to, get in our head. Or, trying to convince us that God is not behind it all. The dots don't connect. None of it makes sense. Things like that. Okay, so we got to get ready to hold our fire, because we don't have to knock people upside the head anymore. We don't have to do that. All right. We got to get creative using our craft to do such, because we have to protect what matters most. They would love for us to go upside their head so we could be in jail, and then we can't do what we came here to do. You dig what I'm saying? Like, say if your job and your mission was not to be in jail. Some people's mission is to be in jail so that they could spread the word in there, in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if that wasn't your mission, the devil gonna try to, lock you down as much as possible. Look, yes, let the bridge burn, please. I get the sensation, let the bridge burn. Let people fuck themselves. I'm sorry if you came here looking for cotton candy. I really apologize. Because I understand. That's a lovely feeling. Cotton candy, funnel cake. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Just fun at the carnival, okay? But that's not what we're doing here. Okay? This is reality, and I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to let people fuck themselves. So let's see here. Right here with the burnt bridge and the resources. Yeah. And then we're holding our fire. All right? We're not going to fight. Not going to fight about this. Oh, you can't do that. Don't do that. That's against the law. That's unjust. No, let them go. Let them do what they're doing. And command these motherfuckers. Hello? Through your practice, protecting yourself and what matters most, calling the dead around you, calling the turn-up crew, call for backup. Okay, there's a time to be a cowboy and there's a time to not be a cowboy. They said when you're dealing with the devil is an ancient beast. They said don't be a cowboy with this motherfucker. That's not smart. That's not sober thinking. Hello? You need a lot of motherfuckers to deal with this. Hello? You need also ancient beings. Do you feel me? And while you are the spirit of your ancestors, you are also the ancestors. You've come again and again. Look like here. Cyclical. Right? New beginnings. Here's the ancestor. You feel me? Bringing dreams into reality. You do this again and again. Alright? Absolutely. But, make sure that you always remain with the death of the ego. Okay, this devil is formidable. That's what I get here. He's formidable and he can disguise himself extremely well, is energy I'm getting off of Obatala. He can come across as very benevolent, fair-seeming, diplomatic even. I'm getting Antichrist energy out of that. Yeah, we might see the Antichrist pop up sometime soon, by the way. Side note. All right, fantastic. Don't get hype. Get creative about staying on this throne and remember to use your powers where the spirits are concerned. That's how you get the justice. That's how you'll hit the target. Okay, because we don't have time to be wrong when we're dealing with the devil. Okay, we don't have time to be wrong about this cat. This cat is dangerous. Do you feel me? Especially disguised as a benevolent force. That makes him particularly even more dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, here we go. Last pillar. Yes. Stay well seated. I get to use your energy like an energy projection. Like, don't move, don't freak out, don't jump around, there's no need to get hype in your bodily movements when you're dealing with this sort of shit. There's no need to get hype in your bodily movements for what you see. Now, they say try not to give in to astonishment here because this card also represents surprise. There's going to be a big surprise. Most of the surprise is going to come from your power. You're going to surprise yourself. You're going to surprise yourself when this devil, when you show up with your entourage of ancestors and the universal support system, with the official authority and all that, with all this balanced justice energy juice. Okay, you're going to surprise yourself. The devil is going to be surprised. Other people who's watching you is going to be surprised. People who heard about it is going to be surprised. All of this is going to be, humanity is going to be surprised. It's going to be many layers of this unfolding like a 1,000-petal lotus. Time after time after time, these patterns are going to play out again and again within one, within one happening. It's going to be many happenings within one happening, many dimensions. Okay, and so try not to give into astonishment, because they want you to steady your energy. That's clear. That's clear here, especially with the hold your fire, alternative to war. Get creative, stay on the throne. Over here, we're doing our magic. You dig what I'm saying? We're being surgical and precise and ferocious here with the Queen of Swords energy. We're being matter of fact and very business oriented here and authoritative with the Queen of Pentacles energy. So remain seated, well seated within the self, unmoved. Surprise, sudden change, daring. Dare to be unmoved in the presence of this devil. Dare to do that. Hello? Because you can't just talk it, you got to walk it though. Right. So you can say you're faithful and you can talk about God, and then you're going to have to eventually show God how true that is by looking at this demon and telling him where he can go. And then stand there and watch the shit happen. Right. Right. Then you're going to know it's a real thing to be initiated into the priesthood. Then you're going to know. For scientific fact, physics is changing. Hello? You're going to see how the law is on your side and how the devil is not above the law, and he's been lying all this time about being powerful over the children of God. It's only that God was behind it all. That's the only power he ever had. It was the limited license the Creator gave him to do what he did and his divine calling to fuck with us. That's all the power he had. And now the Creator said, your license has expired, the devil. It's time for you to go. Thank you. That'll be all. You dig it? And it's sending in the universal immune system. That will be us. Sending in the T cells, to go get rid of this guy. Anytime we see him pop up. So remain seated. Don't give in to astonishment. It's going to be surprising. It may be sudden. For instance, let's say if you're dealing with spirits, just straight spirits without bodies. Let's say the spirit does something sudden, unexpected. Throws something across the room, pops out of the wall, walks up the wall. Okay? Yeah, listen. That's how you get me sober. Okay, that's what I know. Okay, so anyhow, if that happens, that would be surprising. Right? That would be a little shocking. You dig it? Well, remain seated. Do you feel me? All right, same principle as spirits and bodies, but with the same frequency of the devil. Same principle. They could do something shocking, unexpected, like the cops come up to you and put a gun in your face, and let's say they're up to no good. They got a negative frequency on them at that time, but you didn't do anything wrong, and they don't have no power over you in no real way. But right now it looks compelling. They got a gun in your face. You would have to remain seated. You dig what I'm saying? Death of the ego now. Protect what matters most. Right? And do the practice. Go to the practice. Surrender to the superior power of the spirit. Use the power of the word to call into being the new physics. You dig what I'm saying? Of them putting their gun down. All right? And whatever magic words you might have to say to achieve that. But you would have to relax. Can't get mad. Can't get mad, because then you're going to get into a war with the cops. And they are run by an ancient demon. Okay? Shout out to the good cops. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So you got to concern yourself with that, because that's a very real thing. Okay? So that's the sensation. Those are a couple examples. Okay? Okay. It's a forced sacrifice. Okay? You have to remain seated. That's critical. Because a lot of the time the devil is trying to get you off this very square that you're on. Because once you get off that square, then he can manipulate you, he can move you, he can make you forget to have a death of the ego, piss you off, and then you're using your power to square up against him. But essentially, by coming off your square, coming off your throne, coming away from your craft, the higher craft of the spirit, the priesthood craft, coming away from that has given him the advantage, has given the devil the advantage. You see what I'm saying? So never come away from that, and you maintain the advantage, no matter what the appearances are. Always maintain the advantage. Look like here. That's a must. That's why you got to remain seated. Okay, so if you feel yourself getting up, get back down. Sit back down. Soon as you feel yourself getting up, get back down. You know what I'm saying? Okay, and this is why we call the ancestors ahead of time, to go ahead, to travel with us, to have our back behind us. This is why. Because, there's only so much you can remember, especially if you're shocked or caught off guard by something. Okay, so I get the sensation that something is about to be shocking, and it's about to catch everybody off guard. I did say the Antichrist, right? I think he might be coming. All right? Like, I don't know this guy. I don't know the story. I don't know how it's all going to unfold, what it all means. But that's the sensation that I'm getting. That's the flavor of juice here. Right. Keep the path clear. Stay on the throne. Stay well seated within the self. Keep your eye on destiny. Remember that you have a divine calling. Do not ever allow anything to compromise your calling. Look like here. Because that's the mercy and grace of safe passage. You always going to get the mercy and grace of safe passage if these elements are in their proper places, the way we've been discussing here today. See, ultimate favorable outcome is the sacrifice you have to make in order to get the ultimate favorable outcome. The mercy and grace of safe passage, the clear road with destiny in sight. Because when there's eclipsed and you can't see the star, that's a dark night of the soul. That's a dark day. So if you can see the star, right, then basically you can see the cause for faith. You can see the cause to believe. You can see the worthiness of the endeavor. That's what it means to see the star, is that you have that comfort in you that you know it's real. You know what I mean? And so you are unmoved by any other interpretation of reality. God is behind it all, period. Don't move from that understanding. Okay? It doesn't matter what things appear to be. Long as you remember that, you'll find your way to the star. You'll get the mercy and grace of safe passage, and you'll have ultimate favorable outcome. By the way, Man Brigitte, favorable outcome. Ten of Cups energy, ultimate favorable outcome. Narnia. Don't get caught up in Narnia. Keep your feet on the ground with the King of Pentacles energy. Keep your feet on the ground. Stay grounded. Okay? Stay grounded. And King of Pentacles is working on being grounded. He's working on keeping the environment peaceful. He's putting an offering to the drums. He's doing an offering to the ancestors, essentially. You feel me? And he does that regularly. Didn't I say cyclical? Okay? Regularly. Do your practice. Regularly. Put that frequency out. Regularly maintain the environment. Regularly. Because as we turn up, as energy turns up, as the frequency of these ancestors and God and all of these truths, all of this turns up, all of these laws becoming known and then changing, seeing what's amazing, what was thought of to not be possible, things like that, that's going to get people up in Narnia. Do you feel me? And we could easily be in Narnia too if we don't maintain these things. Okay? Because, come on, the devil is compelling. God is behind it all. You feel me? Abso-fucking-lutely. Ancestors. Helping hands. Divine timing. Divine timing is a factor at all times. Okay, so when we say time and space, we live in divine time and we live in divine space. We live on holy ground. And we operate by divine time. That is our obligation as the priesthood. That is what we are expected to be, to understand. We're expected to understand that. You feel me? And so they're saying don't get sidetracked, because then that's when you come away from your understandings. That's when you start entertaining doubts. Is God behind it all? Am I getting this right? Is it clear? You know? Oh, I have to go do a scary thing and go to where demons and angels fear to tread. Am I safe? What's the best way to do this? Secrets of the deep. Best way to do it is surrender to the superior power of the spirit. Hello? Right. Allow yourself to be guided by the spirit. You have the strength to get all this done. Okay? Let's wrap it up. I find this to be riveting. Okay? I find this to be riveting. They're going to be coming through the portal, looks like here. The ancestors are coming through the portal. You need to give them a moment. I get the sensation because you're going to need to give them a moment. If something happens suddenly, because here we have sudden change. Okay? Just because something is sudden, it does not compromise the mercy and grace of safe passage for us. All we have to do is get the, atmosphere peaceful. Put the offering, maintain the environment, keep the environment with the frequency proper in the environment. If something sudden happens, don't worry about it. Get to work. Remain seated. Do not let whatever, sudden thing happens. And then that time that it takes to do all that, come to those assessments, come to those understands, recover yourself, recover your, comfort within yourself and within your seat. And don't let anything eclipse this destiny. Yeah, I feel that you're secure. The ancestors will come through the portal of the magic mirror. Okay? They will come through the portal. But you got to keep the road clear so that they can get through the portal. Sit down and allow them to come through and deal with this devil. And they will take this devil to the new dimension. Okay? But you got to dare to say it. You call them. Boom. You might want to declare, I have the mercy and grace of safe passage, to recall, to keep your feet on the ground. King of Pentacles. Say whatever you got to say to keep your feet on the ground, to keep the road clear, to keep your memory clear. All right? And of course, remain calm in the sight of the devil. You're going to be exposed to the devil. I get the sensation. You're going to be exposed, or in the moments when you are exposed, understand that you are an officer of the law. You are an officer of the court. And you have to surrender to that. There's surrender in this card. She's surrendering to the law. She's putting her heart on the scale and she's saying, okay, this is me. This is what I've done. This is who I am. Judge me, universe. Where do I belong? I'm yours. Where do I belong? And that the card represents that. It represents what it takes, for a person to be brought to that place in themselves where they're just ready to surrender and not fight against anything. Let God decide where you belong based on your deeds, based on your karma. And that's essentially what you're doing by exposing yourself to the devil in whatever capacity on behalf of the universe and God and your divine calling. You are vulnerable. Technically. You know what I mean? You're certainly going to feel vulnerable because she's kneeling down in the jungle, in the rainforest, in a clearing. And she's vulnerable to the beasts of the woods. They could come and gobble her up any minute. You feel me? But she's putting her life on the line in the name of God, in the name of justice, in the name of the law, of what's correct. And that's what you'll be doing, look like here. Yeah. Going where demons and angels fear to tread. Doing some scary shit. You feel me? Sorry. All right, I have to call that person back. Forgive me. Yeah, so you're going to be exposed in order to get the shot. You know, you're going to have to expose yourself temporarily to the very forces that are trying to harm you in order to get a good shot. God is behind it all. You feel me? So, and you are going to get a good shot if you operate according to these protocols. You dig what I'm saying? So you make sure that you have that emotional connection to God and that you are very serious about your love and your connection to God. Your love for and your connection to God, because that's what's going to win the day. Because the devil recognizes that. You know what I'm saying? Because again, ancient. This is not an ignorant spirit of evil. This is an ancient, wickedly wise spirit of evil. So it knows things you don't know. You know, especially about humanity, you know, human psychology, you know, the popular challenges that we have in our perceptions, our belief systems. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to test you. He's the test facilitator. And you will be tested. Look like here. But you also will be wildly fucking successful at handling this is another thing that I see here. So long as you follow all these protocols here. You're going to be wildly successful to the point where you're going to be in shock. Looks like here. You're going to shock yourself. And it looks like the creator wants that to happen. She needs everyone to have these new understandings. This is part of how everything is changing. All right. So, all right. I did say we was going to wrap it up. Didn't I say that like a half an hour ago? Okay, great. Let's wrap it up. Wrap it up, ancestors. Okay, these are facts, the ancestor said. Don't take this light. These are facts. Ace of Swords energy. Okay? Ace of Swords. You're not going to be able to get around this. I get the sensation these are facts no matter where that you go. Is the sensation that I'm getting? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Put some respect on your name. That's the name of the game. And that's what any kind of, you know, devil entertaining people, person, thing is going to have to do. Okay? Sudden change again. Sudden come up again. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So, go on. Using words to remove obstacles. Power of the word. Okay. Birth of the word. Sudden. Daring to speak. Daring to be. Dare to be the priesthood. This is a powerful, powerful position to be in. But it's also dangerous. I get the sensation. It's extremely dangerous. But what you need to understand and recall is that you are extremely dangerous. Hello? Right. And the devil has more to lose than you do. Do you feel me? The devil has more to lose. And the devil is really in more danger the more you understand your power, the more you embrace the creator's energy and the creator's frequency, the less and less this devil is a factor for you. You dig what I'm saying? Whatever the devil is, whatever it is, the less and less it's a factor. All right? That's meaningful. So listen, I'm going to leave it there. I think that's enough to chew on for this week. 4 more deep-ass readings where we understand the importance of our divine calling and how powerful it is and how it's going to contribute to changes in the entire world. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on your way out. Pick up a copy of Discriminating Wisdom over at Amazon. Make sure you're out here discriminating wisely. And I will see you again here soon, party people behind the black veil.